Hi there, and welcome to the latest episode of Pat's Procrastination, brought to you by the Pat's Propaganda YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Please do not forget to be subscribing to said YouTube channel. So here we are, episode 13, the one you've all been waiting for, the festive edition. Yes, that is it. Another loss. But okay, but here I am, Clazzy Clare Cooper, as I bring in my co-host and my previously lovely assistant. We'll get onto that later. Chudders, how are things with you?
Well, season's greetings. And what do you mean previously wonderful? I'm always fabulous. These bouncing bells and Christmas trees and everything.
Before we get into it, I just want to do a quick shout out, folks. I'm doing my festive mailbag edition of A Clare Perspective, a Patriots podcast brought to you by fullpresscoverage.com. So please hit me up on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, at Clazzy Clare, at CLAZZYCLARE. I want your festive / Patriots / NFL questions, please. So I'm looking to record hopefully tomorrow. So can you get those questions in now? So anyway, Chudders, back to our show. How are things with you?
Not too bad. Did you enjoy that hard-fought defeat at the weekend, Claire?
It was another game of two halves, or maybe one quarter, perhaps.
It's decreasing the amount of time. There shouldn't be a time of possession. There should be a time of positivity before.
It was really good, kind of ish at the start, and then it wasn't. But I'm sure you're loving it, because that means your Christmas wish will come true. And the high round draft pick for you. And I won't sing anymore because I can't. So yeah, I think I sent you a message. Are you happy now? I bet you're happy now.
I was pleased with some things that I saw from the game, but as per the week before against the Steelers, it didn't last long. And yeah, I mean, it's losing to a playoff, probably, well, the Super Bowl champions, and certainly a Super Bowl contender again this year. There's not a hell of a lot of shame in that, no matter what team was out there. They put up probably a bit more fight than I thought they would in the first half, but then Casey sort of stood on the throat a bit in the third quarter and ended the game really there and then. So there was some positives, a few negatives, and probably the most worrying from a Patriots perspective was the injuries or knocks. Even if they're not serious injuries, there could be more players out. If you're a fan who's still looking at that draft stock position, then it's a game that helped you. And with the Panthers winning, then it still keeps alive that sneaky chance of getting in the number one slot as well.
Okay. Is that what are you really going for that one now? Is that what I'm going to have to hear about now for a couple of weeks?
I'd love it if the Patriots were picking first now, to be honest. It would be wonderful. I don't have high expectations.
Isn't it a guarantee that they take Caleb Williams?
It's not a guarantee, but whatever it is, at least they have first choice over what they do, which is what I like. If they're picking second, and let's say Caleb Williams goes one, and they go, okay, well, we'll take Drake May then. Now, I know there's a lot of Pats fans that would take Drake May over Caleb Williams anyway, but at least you're then in the Patriots position of making the choice. You're picking the man you want, whoever that coach is, whoever that GM is, whoever that offensive coordinator is. You're picking the man you want. You're not picking the best that's left.
But yeah. Oh,
so looking at the game then, Claire, before we get on to draft prospects, what are the positives that you brought out?
Well, the first quarter itself, first quarter was positive. They played well. It was a game that was reasonably enjoyable to watch. Hunter Henry with his, I'm going to do my tight end section early because he was really a starlight when it comes to the offense and the goods of the game with these 9 targets and 7 receptions and his touchdown. So, that was great for me. There was, I must confess, there may have been some squealing, possibly. Maybe.
was that for the Henry touchdown or the fact that Gesicki actually caught a pass for 7 yards this week?
Well, there was squealing when Hunter. There was squealing for the Hunter touchdowns because he had one reversed, didn't he, or something? Yeah. Oh, we'll get into that later because I was really annoyed about that. Yes, there was squeals for the Hunter touchdown when he got a catch that was like yardage catch, like more than 10 yards. That was for the first down. That's what I was trying to get to. Then that was really exciting as well. And yeah, when Gesicki got a catch, I was very excited.
Well, yeah, I mean, all three tight ends caught a pass.
That
really must have excited you. A stat line, 9 receptions out of 11, 77, 1 touchdown as a collective.
So you have to take the stats
That
away
must
from
be
me.
your most productive tight end game of the week, or game of the season, should I say?
Possibly. There's I've got lots of notes.
Oh wow!
As usual, and on the game book in the first quarter, I've got a little thing, and it's 85, 86, and 88 lined up. Oh baby! It happened again. In the second quarter.
That was your early Christmas. That was your early Christmas present, was it? 3 tight ends lined up at once.
It was very exciting. I do like it when I see 85, 86. Oh, it was very nice. I did enjoy that. Unfortunately, they lost the game, so it wasn't great. But I did enjoy that part of the game. Yes, I'll confess.
Well, on the tight end note, then, and on the game, and not necessarily this specific game, but on a more general perspective, what's your view of Travis Kelce? Are you a fan of his, being a tight end enthusiast?
No.
No, you wouldn't want to see him in a blue uniform. No.
No.
Why do you dislike him? His taste in women?
I don't know. Oh no! Oh, don't start with the Taylor Swift crap. Oh, I can't be doing with more of that. Please don't do that. No, well, he's not gonna come to the Patriots. That's a stupid thing to say.
So why don't you like it?
If he did, okay, yeah. If he suited up as a Patriot, then I'd like him. I don't know. He's a bit of a words I don't want to say because this is a family show.
Oh wow, jingle bells. Well, I'd like him. I think he's awesome tight end, best in the league.
No, he's a tight end. Oh, see, I struggle with best in the league.
Who do you think's better than Travis Kelce? Tight end.
This isn't what this show is about. This isn't tight end.
We need a whole separate show. Your game recap show, your Claire perspective, and then just tight endage.
And we don't have time because you have meetings, so we need to get on the game recap. People don't tune in to listen to us arguing about if I like Travis Kelce or not.
That's for another day. So, what other positives do you see from the game?
To be honest, I haven't really got any others listed.
You got to tight ends and didn't get any further.
Yeah, I got distracted. It's like when someone jingles keys in front of a child. Look at the shiny.
Okay. Well, Elliot,
take the floor, Chudders. You go.
Elliot didn't have quite as productive a day as the week before. I was pleased to see Kevin Harris get some touches, even get a good touchdown there. And it looked like the team was very pleased for him. That he got there was quite a celebration there. They were pleased for him. So I was pleased that he did get a run out. I don't think he was phenomenal, but he had a good run for his touchdown.
I don't think he had enough to say whether he was if he was phenomenal or not. Do you know what I mean? I don't think there was enough. He was utilised enough to sort of really be able to judge that personally, but yeah.
No, it's fair and I agree. But I hope we got 3 games left. I hope he gets the opportunity now. Stevenson, I hope he doesn't come back off IR. Elliot, you know what you got there. You got a great player. In some ways, I'd almost like them to stop or reduce down what they're giving Elliot in terms of carries. Give more to Kevin Harris because you know what Elliot's got. And if you
want to get value for money though, because he might not be back.
Well, that's it. What's what I'm saying? But if he's not back, if you've not given him touches down the stretch, but you have given to Harris, then at least you know what you're getting with Harris, and you're not shining too many lights on Elliot. That there's less of a chance. You know, if he lights up for 100 yards every game for the last 3 games, then you're almost certainly not getting him back next year because someone will like what they're seeing. So that's one opportunity. I thought it was good to see Douglas back out there. Didn't have an incredibly productive game. I didn't think they used him too much. That's probably just getting him back into it. But
I'd imagine.
In some ways, good that he's back out there. Parker, to be fair, had a decent enough game. 5 for 5, 44. On offense, I thought that was pretty good. As you say, first half, Zappi moved the ball a bit. He was looking good, but then it deteriorated, and he threw some awful passes. He was lucky.
You went closer to your mic
that it deteriorated. He did.
full of festive cheer. What can I say?
So I see. So I see. Drinking your eggnog. God,
Tea,
and
thank you very much.
You wouldn't believe how much whiskey I saw her pouring in that before we
No!
started the show.
That's
So
not
Zappy,
fair.
I thought, yeah, he was throwing a lot, bit of a gunslinger. He was fortunate not to be picked off a few more times. Then on offense, Henry went into the tent. McDermott took a knock. Strange went off on the cart.
I'm
Injuries
confused. I thought you
on.
were talking goods.
Okay, well, I thought you told me you'd run out of goods, and I had exhausted
Yeah.
mine on offense.
Oh, I
So I
thought we
was.
would then go defense. Oh, okay. That's fine. Sorry, my apologies. Please continue.
So yeah, I was disappointed with the injuries, and I hope that there's nothing long term. Although my guess is Strange won't return now, so we're probably going to see Sow and Maffey as guards for the remainder of the season. Interesting to see them get tested. They've not done phenomenal as the season's gone on, but they got to get in there. They got to do it now.
I think they put Strange on IR. I don't know if it was last night, but I think Cole Strange is officially on IR now. So yeah, there's not enough games left of the season, is there, for him to come back? No, that's it. He's done.
No. There's your first
He's
round
done.
guard. So go on then. Defense.
You can't do injuries though. You can't say that with injuries, because then you say, oh well, Gonzalez is a bust because he got injured. It's like, no, of course he isn't. You can't say things like that.
I didn't say he was a bust.
No, but the way you said it, oh, there's your first round guard. I know what you're insinuating. I know what you're insinuating. The bad, I tell you what, KC, Reed and Sneed are on my bad list.
Why are they on your naughty list?
Because they...
Have you checked that list?
Twice. We shut down, or the Patriots shut down their top tight end, so they were content. They weren't content until they broke ours.
I think you could say the same of us, mind you.
No.
I think that's what we were doing with Kelsey. Which, to be honest,
no,
was
we
a
just shut
positive
him
for
down.
the defense.
No, there wasn't the hits. No, Reed and Sneed on my list. Don't care what you say.
And okay.
Move on.
So is that all the positive you got on the defense?
Oh, I don't know. Do we have more? Why have I've only got tight ends on my good list for some reason. I think I must have zoned out after I wrote
surprise.
Yeah.
I know. On defense, I thought they played well in the first half, but then they had a bad third quarter where the Chiefs just turned it on after the break, and that was the game pretty much done and dusted then.
Yeah.
Tavai interception and then attempting that lateral was both infuriating if it was a meaningful game. What the hell were you trying to do there? Given the season the defense has had, generally pretty good, and I'm still on my Christmas wish. Oh, that's one of the questions we might get to later then. Christmas wishes is that the defense gets a score. So I guess he was keeping that dream alive, but it wasn't necessarily the most sensible idea to try lateral then.
I thought he was trying to get the ball out of bounds because his other arm was completely tied up. So it looked more like he was just trying to... I see what you point. I see what you mean.
I think he was trying a lateral. He was trying to make a play.
When I watched it, I thought, is he trying to get it out of bounds? Because he literally had no control of his other arm because it was being held. So it was like, is that just an attempt to get the ball away from danger rather than into another player's hands? But yeah, he was down on my good list-ish. He was down in my notes, I suppose I should say, for his interception. John Jones had good coverage at times. This is it. You're making me pick out little bits and stuff.
Sorry. Apologies. I thought that's what we might do on a game recap.
I liked when Uche chased Mahomes in the third quarter. That was good. But yeah, he had a very open. That's the trouble with Uche. He pops up and you're like, oh, that's really good. And then he pops up and it's like, oh, that's not so good. And then you don't see him then for another game and stuff like that. He's a bit of a sneaky, quiet. Maybe it's more a not noticeable kind of thing. But I don't know if that's why some people. I think Patriots Unfiltered have sort of said that they're okay if they move on from Uche. I mean, they might have changed now, so I'm not quoting them verbatim, but I know it's been said that Uche was someone that, you know, if you can get something for, and I can kind of see why, but I don't think it's a bad reflection on his play more than anything. The officiating annoyed me. That's on my bad list. Bad officiating again.
You and
Very
Matthew
bad.
Judon, hey?
Yeah. Dude, if it's good enough for Red Sleeves, it's good enough for me. And then Alex Austin, sorry, my bad. Now, he struggled, had 2 penalties. What?
Yeah, go on. Oh, we got balloons.
I know that. Oh, yeah. My bad. He struggled. He had 2
That's the people watching live that have just sent you balloons.
Yeah, right, okay. But he was thrown in because of the JC situation. So he literally had no prep time. That guy was suit up now, get on the field. So you want to give him a bit of a pass, but you also are like, yeah, but you're an NFL player. It's a tough one. Oh.
Will he be next season, though?
Well, yeah. So, yeah, it was another one of those. There's a bit to talk about in the first quarter and it was good and we can talk about that, and then it's like, then it all just peters off and you're just like, what is there really to recap? Like a lot of the games that we've had this season, which is why we then like move into talking about the draft and stuff, because it's just people don't want to know, or you know, like I have picked out a couple, but you don't want to just list individual plays sort of thing, but there isn't much more to really talk about, in fairness.
Yeah, I thought the defense did a good job of shutting down Kelsey. He wasn't as effective as destructive as he can be, although he did have a drop that he probably should have taken. What that meant was that Mahomes was targeting Rico Rice, who I thought had a brilliant game for them. He was his go-to man there. I mean, Kadarius Toney, I'm going to be amazed. Well, but it's more saying the good job that the Patriots did of, as they usually do, of trying to take away your number one weapon. Which I thought they did well. Run defense again was very good. That's been good all season. Did well there. I thought Peppers and Duggar had pretty solid games. Barmore had a great game, I thought, on the front.
Yeah.
He's looking more and more solid every week. He's really, really come on. I mean, he drafted with high stock, albeit in the second round. I'm surprised he'd slipped that far. I thought he had a good but not amazing first season, but I think he's really, really come on this year. He's looking a weapon on defense. Any other positives on defense?
Oh, Mapu, maybe.
I think Mapu, yeah, he might get a mention later on without giving away too much. But
he dispensed with Noah Gray for KC in the mid-second quarter when he got his interception. He dispensed with their tight end, and I've got to say, as a tight end enthusiast, I did still really enjoy that. I found that very enjoyable, I must admit.
The bads I had listed for the defense were the knocks: Jonathan Jones, Jennings, Peppers, Bentley, all took knocks, trips to blue tent. We'll see how they designate during the week on the injury report. But there's quite a few. I mean, what was that, about 8 Patriots that took noticeable knocks and trips and treatment during the game, that we'll see how many of those make it into this weekend's game that I'm sure we'll get onto. The other note, I guess, as you mentioned there, JC Jackson. We don't know what's gone on there. Some people who are speculating it's a fallout with the coach. Some people are speculating it's nothing to do with that and it's a family issue. If it is the former, then that could very well be the end of his career. You're shaking your head. Has it been definitively?
No, but it was put out, and Matthew Slater mentioned about it, that it was mental health. It wasn't. No one really went on about who are you listening to talking about that it's the coaching. Who are your terrible sources?
There was post-game. I'm not going to name. It was post-game shows that I'd listened to that were speculating as to whether, and you could also say in the depending on how you want to read it, there was the way that Bill answered the questions in the post-game press conferences as well.
I think that was a respect thing.
Which is what the way he always does it. To be fair, whatever it is,
his agent said it was a mental health thing. Apologies for pointing. I just remembered it was his agent that apparently said that it was due to mental health, and then Matthew Slater came out with the
Exactly.
like heartfelt message. So
I guess the question is, it depends how that's manifesting itself within the locker room, and how that could affect his future with the team. I guess was more the status I was getting to, and that's not to play down any mental health illnesses or whatever, but it's pointing in directions that he possibly won't be back next year, whether that's through his choice or Patriots not looking to renew. But it was more that it was just another indicator that he's possibly not part of the future. The last things I had on the game, really looking at special teams, penalties again. Barringer punted well, and again another injury. Slater getting banged up there at the end as well. Forgot about that one, but not a great day. Although need to look this up now. Who was it? Had a good return. Riga, 40-yard return. That was good, to be fair. And any other notes for you on the game, Claire?
No, I feel we're getting to the time where we're just like nitpicking the tiniest little thing out, and I don't think people really want to sit there and listen to the teeny tiny breadcrumbs of what.
What was your overall feeling then of the game? I mean, we went it with. I'm not sort of touching on the tracker, but on the tracker last week, you were down as low as 4.5 on. I guess your approach into the game. Like you say, it looked quite positive going in. Or I know the Casey scored just before half-time, but the first half it looked quite positive.
Yeah.
Before it then deteriorated. How was your feeling at the end of the game?
Well, initially I went into the game thinking that they might be able to win. Mildly delusional, maybe, but going in, maybe they might be able to win. Probably because of what you've heard or what's been heard about KC recently, or they've got this problem, that problem, sort of thing. So you kind of went in with the mindset of Patriots did quite well against the Steelers in the first half. It was looking like a good team. KC may have hit a bit of a bump in the road. Maybe the Patriots can kind of make use of that, so that's what was my expectations going in. First quarter was an enjoyable, feeling that kind of, and then it was like, oh, here we go. This is the football we've been watching for the last few weeks. Okay, whatevs. The end. That's basically where I went.
Fair enough.
I'm now at 4.
Well, okay. You're giving it now. You're now at 4.
I think I'm now at 4.
I'll make a note of that.
He actually does make notes of this. This is so crazy. He actually makes a note.
Damn right.
It actually gets written on my permanent record.
It does. Yeah. When we have parents' evening, then I'll share this with your mum and dad. It's fine. Show how you're doing. Right. Underrated player of the day. This week's sponsored by Charles Dickens.
Oh, God.
Because if you're haunted by your ghosts of Christmas past, the present isn't as rosy as you'd hoped. But the future shows an alternate possibility of positivity. Then he has a Christmas carol for you. So the underrated player of the day this week is Marty Mapu. I thought he played well in a more conventional linebacker role. He wasn't in the sort of Duggar Peppers hybrid safety role, Russia sort of that loose role. Traditional linebacker. I thought he played really well. Pleased to see that. Hopefully I'm quite pleased with the linebacker room this year, to be fair, with Tavai Bentley and potentially now Mapu. That's quite good. That is my position of choice as well. And the interception. I thought he had a good game, so I'm giving it to him.
Yeah.
We agreed one week. Wow.
Amazing. We've agreed once or twice. I mean, we've done 13 of these now, and we've agreed a couple of times. It's rare, but it's, a couple of times.
Fair enough. So, moving on to bets. Wins is done. So, I've won another sandwich.
Wait, what?
I won another sandwich.
When? What? How?
Army beat Navy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've already got that one down. I thought there was another one.
Go Army beat Navy. Did you watch that game, Claire, in the end? Yeah, you did. I think, didn't
Mostly.
you?
Yeah, mostly. Missed the end bit.
And then you fell asleep, didn't you?
I know, yeah.
We'll be discussing
I
that
did.
with Andy. Yeah, Army beat Navy, so I want another sandwich there. Kaseki's not going to win his touchdowns. That's looking
No.
more and more secure. Finish fourth, that's most likely still.
Yeah, well, so far you've got buttoned up. You've got the game record, definitely. The Gasicki top scoring pass catcher, so there's 2. The Army Navy game, there's 3. We did a mini one on the Steelers because I predicted a win, so that's a 3-1 at the moment. So the only one that's left is the divisional results, and it's the 4th and 2nd. So if they end up dropping to, because they won't get 2nd. So it's
No,
if
you
they
don't
end up at
think?
the bottom. No, it's if they end up at the bottom or not. Because I meant to look. I haven't looked at where the Jets are at the moment.
Well, the Jets are on
So-
5 wins. We're on 3, so we've got to win 2.
Oh right, okay.
So
well,
it's
there's a good chance you
basically
win that one as well.
well,
So
probably it's. I think
2.
it could be hingent on this weekend because if you beat the Broncos and then beat the Jets in the last game, so I don't think you're going to beat the
Ooh.
Bills, who are on a bit of a run now.
Yeah, they are.
Then there's a chance you could finish above the Jets. I personally hope you don't.
So I now need to put out a call
technically
for a
still possible.
GoFundMe. Because I'm down 1, 2, 3, 4 sandwiches.
So I was going to offer you another sandwich bet.
It better not be a pity bet because I don't like those.
It's not, and to be fair, this is almost a postseason bet as well. You get the free range of choice, or rather, you get to choose first. Let's put it that way. Where do you think Bill will be coaching next season? You don't
That's
necessarily
very
have to answer that this
specific.
week. You can. Well, this is it. I mean, you could say Patriots if you think he's going to stay. If you think he's going elsewhere, which team you think he's going to go to, and I'll let you pick first, and then I'll pick a team after you've chosen. And then if one of us is right, then you win a sandwich, and if not, then it's a wash.
I will take the bet. However, I need a little bit of thinking time. It's a bit too early to say.
Okay. I'll follow up on that one next week then.
Okay.
So anything before we look at next week's game, anything further you wanted to bring up, Claire?
No.
Okay. So looking next week, away at the Broncos, Christmas Eve, 8:15 kickoff, or 1:15 Christmas Day kickoff if you're a Patriots fan in the UK or certainly this side of the Atlantic anyway. They're coming off an away loss to the Lions where they got fair trounced 17-42. What's your prediction, Claire?
Gonna go with the Patriots win by single digits.
By single digits, so could be 9.
No, as in the difference.
Yeah, could be 9. So we could win by 9 points. It could be, I don't know, 23-32. Yeah.
Yeah, won't be that high.
Okay.
Be low scoring, low difference.
Wow.
Patriots
So
win.
we're going to win like 12-3 or something, are we?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. That's you've done well there because you've chosen a massive bracket. If they win by 9 points or 1 point, technically you can say you were right.
Yeah.
Okay, well I'm going to go for a relatively close loss.
Okay.
The Broncos haven't been playing amazingly well, but I've got a feeling, as we touched on earlier, that there was quite a few players who took knocks. And I reckon that late Christmas Eve, there might be a few players who get rested on an away trip to Denver. So I think the Broncos, who are still in they're going to want to win this more than you are, in as much as they're very much still in the race in their for wildcard spot. Technically, they could still topple KC, but it's unlikely. They're certainly in the playoff hunt. I think they're going to want the game more than you. I think potentially you won't have your entire squad out there through injuries and restings. So I think they're going to eke out a win. But I've gone 2017.
That's that then. So that's it for the festive show. Is there any more festivities that you want to throw out there?
Merry Christmas to all your wonderful fans, all the listeners, all the watchers, subscribers. Like, subscribe. Merry Christmas. See you in the new year.
Yeah, and don't forget.
In fact, we need one more update. As we now have just a few days till Christmas, did your Zappy shirt arrive in time, Claire? Ready for Christmas? Or are you opening that on Christmas Day?
It wasn't requested. You know this. Let's move on. So that is it. As I mentioned, please do not forget to get your A Claire Perspective Patriot podcast mailbag questions in. NFL, Patriots, festive, whatevs. Go over to X/Twitter and get those questions in to me, please. So that is it for episode 13 of Pat's Procrastination, the festive fun edition. We thank you all for tuning in and watching and being with us this season, our first one. Please go, Chudders.
I've just realised I'm doing a callback now from earlier on. What's your Christmas wish? My Christmas wish was for a defensive touchdown. What's your Christmas wish for the Patriots?
Gesicki touchdown.
Oh, wow. We're more likely to see Rudolph flying above our house.
Didn't even have to think.
Okay, you can finish wrapping up now. Apologies.
So, yeah, I'll try again one more time for my wrap up. But yeah, thank you to everybody. This was our first season, so this is our first festive one. So we really do hope that you've enjoyed it. We thank you all for watching and tuning in and being part of the show. We very much appreciate all the support that we have got this year. So it is Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all. So tune in next time, folks. And as always, go Pats.
LFG.